Once-in-a-lifetime views, unforgettable landmarks, and places so beautiful you can't believe they exist. But here's the shocking truth. So let's watch the 10 destinations that will disappear in your lifetime. But before we begin, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more exciting videos. Number 10. Venice, Italy, the sinking city. What if a beautiful city built on canals is sinking? Venice is one of the world's most romantic and historic destinations. However, this UNESCO World Heritage city has been sinking for years. On top of this, rising sea levels are causing the canals to flood more frequently, threatening the city's preservation. Venice is sinking at a rate of about 1 to 2 millimeters per year, which may seem slow, but when you think about the rise in sea levels and the fact that most of Venice is only a meter above sea level, you begin to understand the urgency. If trends continue, Venice could be fully submerged within this century. Number 9. The Maldives. Can a tropical paradise vanish beneath the waves? The Maldives, with its stunning white sand beaches and crystal-clear waters, is a dream vacation for many. However, this idyllic island nation is also one of the most vulnerable to climate change. The Maldives is made up of more than 1,000 islands, and its highest point is only about 1.5 meters above sea level. This makes it incredibly susceptible to rising ocean levels. Scientists warn that the Maldives could be uninhabitable by the end of this century if current trends continue. The people of the Maldives are already experiencing the effects of climate change, with increased flooding, erosion, and damage to coral reefs. As sea levels rise, entire communities could be displaced and the Maldives could eventually disappear beneath the ocean. What once seemed like paradise might soon become a tragic story of loss. Number 8. Great Barrier Reef, Australia. What if the largest living structure on Earth is slowly dying? The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is a marvel of nature, known for its vibrant coral and marine life. It's so vast that it can be seen from space. However, climate change has put this wonder at risk. Rising ocean temperatures are causing coral bleaching, which weakens and kills coral, leaving behind a lifeless reef. Experts warn that if global warming continues at its current pace, the Great Barrier Reef could be gone in just a few decades. The reef is a critical part of marine biodiversity and supports thousands of species. Losing it would not only be a tragedy for nature, but would also impact local communities that depend on tourism and fishing. So what's being done to save it? Scientists and conservationists are working hard to protect this fragile ecosystem, but the window for action is closing fast. Number 7. Glacier National Park, Montana, USA. What if a towering ice formation that's been here for thousands of years just melts away? Glacier National Park is known for its majestic glaciers, which have attracted adventurers and nature lovers for generations. But these ancient ice giants are disappearing at an alarming rate. In the 1800s, the park had over 150 glaciers. Today, there are fewer than 30 and they're shrinking rapidly. In fact, scientists predict that all of the glaciers in the park could be gone by 2030 if current trends continue. What makes this even more devastating is the loss of habitat for wildlife. Many species rely on the cold glacial meltwater that feeds into the park's streams. As the glaciers disappear, so does the fresh water they provide, affecting the delicate ecosystem of the region. If you've ever dreamed of hiking around these frozen landscapes, now might be the time to go before they vanish for good. Number 6. Machu Picchu, Peru? Could this ancient city, hidden high in the Andes, disappear forever? Machu Picchu is one of the most iconic archaeological sites in the world, attracting millions of visitors each year. The ancient Incan city has stood for over 500 years, but it's facing serious threats. Increased rainfall, landslides, and erosion are damaging the structures and making it harder to preserve this wonder of the ancient world. Additionally, the impact of mass tourism is wearing down the stone terraces and temples. Preservation efforts are underway to limit the number of tourists and protect the site from further degradation. However, without continued care, Machu Picchu could suffer irreparable damage and may one day be nothing more than a memory. The question remains, will we be able to visit this historical treasure before it's lost to time? Number 5. Amazon Rainforest, South America. What if the Earth's greatest natural resource was being destroyed right before our eyes? The Amazon Rainforest, often referred to as the lungs of the Earth, is an essential part of our planet's ecosystem. It produces about 20% of the world's oxygen and houses over 10% of all known species on Earth. But deforestation, illegal logging, and agriculture are rapidly destroying it. The rainforest is losing trees at an alarming rate, and if the current deforestation continues, scientists fear that it could reach a tipping point where it can no longer regenerate. This would not only be a disaster for the environment, but for the millions of people who rely on the Amazon for food, water, and shelter. The impact of the rainforest's disappearance would be felt globally. What can we do to stop it? Governments and organizations around the world are working on conservation efforts, but time is running out. Number 4. Sundarbans mangrove forest, India and Bangladesh. Could the world's largest mangrove forest disappear? The Sundarbans, located in India and Bangladesh, is home to a unique ecosystem of mangrove trees, wetlands, and wildlife, including the famous Bengal tiger. However, this area is facing numerous threats. Rising sea levels and land subsidence are causing parts of the Sundarbans to sink, making it increasingly difficult to preserve the wetlands. On top of that, illegal poaching and deforestation are exacerbating the problem. This unique habitat is crucial for biodiversity and plays a significant role in protecting the coastal areas from storm surges and flooding. But as the mangroves disappear, so does the protection they offer. The future of the Sundarbans is uncertain, and if nothing changes, it may be lost to the tides. Number 3. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. What if Africa's highest peak is no longer capped with snow? Mount Kilimanjaro, the iconic volcano in Tanzania, is known for its stunning snow-capped summit. But the glaciers on Kilimanjaro are retreating at an alarming rate. In the 1960s, the mountain had 12 glaciers, but today that number has dropped significantly. Scientists believe that the glaciers could disappear entirely by 2030 due to rising temperatures. The loss of these glaciers would not only change the landscape of Kilimanjaro, but also impact the local climate. The glaciers are a crucial source of water for surrounding communities, and their loss could cause droughts and water shortages. This also threatens the biodiversity of the region, as many species rely on the delicate balance the glaciers help maintain. If you've always wanted to climb Kilimanjaro, now is the time before the snow disappears forever. Number 2. Isle de Jean Charles, Louisiana, USA. What if an entire community is forced to relocate due to rising seas? The Isle de Jean Charles, located in Louisiana, is home to a small community of indigenous people. But this island is sinking due to rising sea levels and coastal erosion. The island has been losing land rapidly, and the residents are being forced to relocate. In fact, Isle de Jean Charles is considered the first climate refugee community in the United States. The loss of this community is a powerful reminder of how climate change is impacting vulnerable populations. As sea levels rise, more communities like Isle de Jean Charles could face similar fates. The question is, how many more places like this will we lose in the coming decades? Number 1. St. Mark's Basilica, Venice, Italy. Could one of the world's most famous churches be overwhelmed by rising waters? St. Mark's Basilica in Venice is an architectural marvel, known for its intricate mosaics and grand design. But the church, like much of Venice, is endangered due to frequent flooding caused by rising sea levels. The city's foundation is unstable, and high tides have caused significant damage to the cathedral's floors and walls. The Italian government is working on solutions to protect St. Mark's Basilica, but with flooding becoming more frequent, the future of this beautiful landmark remains uncertain. It's a tragic possibility that one of the world's most celebrated churches could eventually be lost to the water. Which of these incredible disappearing destinations do you wish you could see before they're gone? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more mind-blowing travel video.